Growing up I still have the fondest memories. I think the one thing that probably has driven me here is my dad died when I was 2 years old from something called Wilson's disease. My mom raised me along with a housekeeper, and she was Rabbi Epstein, and she will proudly tell you, secretary. It was certainly not wealthy, but I really didn't know much difference except we lived in an apartment, other kids lived in a house. They went on nicer trips in the summer, and pretty much that was the only difference I felt financially.
My parents always said, make sure you get a great education, that's all that's important. The financial position in my upbringing was a little difficult. My mom was very sick with lupus, and my dad had a heart problem. She got very ill and ended up passing away during my first year in high school. About a year later, about 9 months later, my dad died of a heart attack.
We grew up in a regular suburban area in Charlotte, upper middle class family. My mom is a stay-at-home mom, and my dad, he did Section 8 housing for Charlotte. The summer after my senior year of high school, my dad went to go collect rent from one of his tenants, and unfortunately the tenant got upset and he was murdered on the scene. Growing up, I always imagined that my parents would pay for my college. When the big change in my family happened, I wasn't sure what I was going to do. My mom was always very adamant that I would not have to change my life. So she actually took out all of the loans for me the first semester.
I don't think it was ever a question in my mind that I wouldn't have the funds or the resources that I needed to get an education. When they died, immediately wasn't thinking about, oh no, how am I going to pay for college?
I knew that when I had to look at my finances, that the benefits from the veteran Social Security were going to run out. I knew then I needed to do two things, work as well as borrow.
Losing your parents at a very young age, you have to grow up very quickly. When everyone else had parents to help them get a car, and parents to help them pay for books, and parents to help them pay for an apartment, and all of the things that everyone takes for granted. But I was intent on making sure that I move forward and I progress. I didn't really know where to start, and so I got on the computer one day and I Googled, what kind of money can I get just because I'm Jewish?
Somebody in the Jewish community came to my mom and said, did you know about this Jewish Education Loan Fund? It's interest-free, and it might be something that you guys really need to look into.
I always wanted to be an attorney since I was a very young girl. One day I said to myself, I'm tired of talking about being an attorney. I want to do it. Getting the JELF loan really helped give me that extra push, that feeling like there was someone there for me and was going to help me when I was down and had nothing else.
JELF provided me the loans from my sophomore year at Emory all the way through the 4 years of medical school. I was hired in 1984 to be an anesthesiologist, and we've gone from a department of 8 of us to now a department of 100 of us. My partners asked me to be the managing partner about 15 years ago.
So I knew I wanted to be a nurse going into college. When I graduated in 2012, I started working at the Duke University Hospital. I finished my first year at UNC Chapel Hill, getting a degree in healthcare systems, and I currently hold the position of the city director for Raleigh-Durham BBYO.
At the time, I don't think I truly understood the importance of getting an interest-free loan.
I think it is the simplest concept to understand what it does. It lends money to Jewish kids in need, and they pay it back at no interest. And that allows, to me, the most important thing to be effectuated, which is a any child, but certainly in our community, a Jewish child, to get an education, which is the only foundation that you're going to have a successful life.
It's always been super important to me, the type of loan that I got, the fact that it's interest-free, and the fact that I know that it's coming back into the system. It's like full circle.
Knowing that when I pay back my loans, it's going back into a fund that is just going to go right back out and help other people is really great to know. It makes me want to pay back my loan faster.
JELF helped me in a time of need, and I want to do whatever I can, paying back the loan, volunteering, being involved in the Jewish community, whatever it means to help JELF continue this path that it's on, and continue to help, other Jews that are in need and that deserve it.